Alright, Pretender here, back with another Honkai Star video, and today I want to be talking about what we do know so far about the upcoming second half character for 3.0, being Aglaea. I don't know how to properly say her name, so for this video I'm going to be saying Aglaea. If you do actually know how to say her name, please correct me in the comments. But yeah, so today I pretty much want to be talking about what is out there and what we do know so far about her. Do note, again, this is all just info going around and is all mainly speculation and such from info we had. So there is a pretty good chance that this could be very different, or at least similar, but not exactly the same. There is really only one-ish thing that is guaranteed for her to be, and that is her being a summoned character. But her summon is seeming to be a lot more different than the ones we have in the game. So yeah, once again, take this info with a grain of salt, and that's all I want to say. Before I get into the video, make sure to drop a like on this video, it would be greatly appreciated. Make sure to also subscribe and turn on the bell icon so you do not miss future videos like this, along with other types of guides, news, summons, practically anything you could ask for. A lot of new videos coming in regarding the future characters and such, along with current characters releasing and guides, so make sure to stay tuned and let's get straight into the video. So first, what we do know about Aglaea and her summon specifically, if we do take a look at the current summon characters in the game, we currently do have 3 characters. The first one was Jingwan, who is the main one that we do think of when we think of a summon character. His whole kit is around having the Lightning Lord do the damage. His skill and his ultimate is mainly made for the hits per action of that summon to increase, taking Lightning Lord all the way up to 10 hits per action to make it dish out the most damage it can. You can very clearly see that summon characters are ones that actually have it appear in the action order bar. So, paying attention, if you do use Jingwan, you can see Lightning Lord in the action order bar. The next summon character is Topaz and Numby. Topaz summons Numby at the beginning of the battle thanks to her talent, and you can also see Numby in the action order bar. Numby's able to gain a lot of stacks, gets increased speed when you're attacking that enemy with the Proof of Debt inflicted by her skill, and get a lot of attacks, and anytime Numby's turn is up, you will have the whole thing where Numby will do an attack with the spin, and that's how Topaz's summon works. And then the last current character we have that does have a summon. So if you pay attention to the action order bar, you can see Fuyuan in there. Using Linksha's skill will increase Fuyuan's speed and hits, which will also be listed in the action order bar. So you can definitely see, and in her talent it also does state that Linksha would summon Fuyuan when using skill. And once again, you can see it in the action order bar to see that she does have a summon. But as we can see, it's kind of just like having a summon go up. With Lightning Lord and Jingwan, you just want to build up the hits. With Fuyuan and Linksha, you just kind of have Linksha do her skill, get more action counts, have Fuyuan go after she does use her ultimate and such. And then with Topaz and Numby, you can make Numby attack a lot with a fast, basically follow-up team. We're just attacking the enemy inflicted with that Proof of Debt would have Numby's speed go up and get to attack faster. So they aren't like necessarily super coordinated with each other. Things you should consider is there's stuff like Clara's summoning Sevarog. That's not a summon. I get a lot of comments asking about Clara summoning Sevarog. No, that's not a summon. Clara doesn't state anywhere in her kit that she summoned Sevarog. It's just a counter. So I just want to clarify that real quick. But as we can see, there is a coordination between these characters because obviously it's their summon, but it isn't super connected. Like, it's not like where someone would attack and they would attack with them, or maybe they would do an extra action where it would go right after the actual wearer goes. And by wearer, I mean the actual character that's the owner of the summon. And that's where Aglaea does come in. From what we do know, it does seem like she's going to be a lot more coordinated with that summon. As she is Remembrance, it is very safe to assume, and from all the info that we do know, that she is obviously going to have a summon. But even if the info was wrong, she is gonna have a summon because she is Remembrance. The way her summon works is actually going to be relatively different. With her summon, it does seem like when Aglaea does seem to perform an attack, it does seem like every attack she would be doing, and with every stack of a buff that she would have, she's gonna be able to deal additional lightning damage with the help of the summon. On top of that, it does seem like you can actually use the summon independently from the unit. So pretty much pretend having a 5th kind of character on your team, not exactly a full character, but as a part of the summon, you're going to be able to use a skill independently. The summon still does seem like it's probably going to still have fixed speed, similar to the ones we already do have in the games. But another thing that is going to be different is the summon is going to be able to be attacked by enemies. If you guys don't know, the summons we have in the game, so Jingwan, Topaz, and Linksha, they are not actually a character considered on the team or independent on the team. It's not a character that the enemies could lock onto and actually hit, and if they do an AoE, it's not going to hit them. They're not actually on the field. But with Aglaea's summon, it doesn't seem like it's going to be the same, and this time the summon is actually going to be on the field, which would mean enemies can actually hit the summon. On top of that, Aglaea summons and just summons in general does seem like they can gain a shield. So Aventurine shield, Jeopard ultimate shield does seem like it's going to be able to apply to them. So if they attack the summon, if you have one of those 2's shield on them, it does seem like they're going to be able to tank it. From the looks of it, it does also seem that the summon will have turns as it's active, and there will be ways to extend the summon's duration by probably the ultimate, and the way to actually summon it is probably going to be via the skill or the ultimate. So Aglaea's skill is probably going to be the one that actually summons the servant onto the battlefield, and then the servant is going to have some synergy with Aglaea herself, so potentially being able to provide Aglaea a buff which would help with the additional lightning damage instance. If not a skill, it's probably going to be a basic attack or even an enhanced basic attack that can actually function with Aglaea. The info on that is not yet clear. Since the summon is actually going to be able to be attacked, that probably does mean if it does end up dying before the turn duration ends, you have to recast it. So if the ultimate is the way you cast the summon, if it ends up dying by getting hit too much, you will most likely have to actually use the ultimate from Aglaea to recast the summon. And so instead of adding duration to the turns of the current summon, it would summon it again, and then you'd have to all again to increase the duration, which can be a bit annoying. But thanks to the fact that you are seeming to provide it a shield, that is going to help a lot and probably make shield the best option to run with summons, because unfortunately the summon does seem, from what we do know, is not going to be able to be healed. We don't know if Aglaea potentially is going to have some form of a sustainability thing in her kit, such as maybe using skill or basic might provide the summon with some more HP, so healing some HP, or even the ultimate on top of extending duration and doing damage, it would also provide some healing to the summon. Unfortunately, using an external healer, so your main sustain someone like Luocha, Huohuo, Lingsha, they will not actually be able to provide the summon with healing. So it does seem like shield is going to be the best way to go for the summons as well. Another thing the summon does seem to do is when the summon actually does end up being able to attack, when it does attack, it does seem like it's going to provide some energy for Aglaea herself, which is going to be very good synergy with each other, because Aglaea is going to be able to act, so gaining some energy for herself like that, which is going to be able to somewhat buff the summon, and when the summon attacks, it's going to have any buffs that Aglaea would provide, and then the summon would provide Aglaea with more energy, helping her get her ult faster, and then when she can ult, she's probably going to do damage and also extend the duration of the summon, which is going to make some very good synergy and a lot more of a coordinated unit, rather than you just kind of have a summon and then when it acts like what we do have in the game, and it's not really just building a hits per action thing like Jingwan, not just kind of being there like Lingsha, so when it goes, or like it automatically procs under certain circumstances, such as having not enough HP like Lingsha, so it'd go, or using the ultimate and it gets another thing for Fuyuan, or Topaz where you just kind of speed it up by hitting the enemy. It's going to have hand-in-hand coordination, which is going to be very interesting and probably going to be extremely good. But yeah, that is all the info we do know about Aglaea so far. Unfortunately, there is not much, as obviously relatively new designed. Once again, this is just info going around and also speculation. So I do 100% recommend waiting for the official reveal, so we do have 100% for sure knowing and knowledge of what the units will do. So once again, take this with a grain of salt, because it could be completely different, it could be similar, it could be the exact same. There's no telling, but this is the general idea from who has posted it for what they should do, and should probably be the general idea of how the actual kit will work. Even if it is changed, this is how the general kit should probably work. But yeah, let me know if you guys are excited off this info, and if she does end up functioning like this, will you guys be interested? Me personally, I wasn't the biggest fan of summons, but with the coordination way like this, it looks like a lot more fun, so I'm definitely hyped. But yeah, that's been the video. Hope you found it helpful. Peace out.